Hey everybody, it's Dr. Jamie. Hope everybody's hanging in there. I know that we're all bored and losing our minds a little bit. I actually am sitting outside right now before I head back into the office this afternoon. And definitely make sure that you get out there, get some vitamin D. It's so good for you. What I want to talk about today is some really cool things that the body does, and maybe you don't know why they do it, and how that ties into with the coronavirus specifically. So this is more of a general topic, but I'm going to give the example how it relates to coronavirus. So our body's fever, because it is an innate mechanism that helps fight off viruses and bacteria. So the most specific thing that I want you to get from this is that the fever is not the sickness. It is a symptom of a viral or bacterial infection, but the fever is actually the cure. So let me explain that a little bit more. So specifically with coronavirus, the coronavirus is not a living organism, so you can't really kill it. I mean, we use those types of terms, but you really don't kill a virus. A virus is a protein structure that is then surrounded with another layer. It's called a lipid layer, and lipid just means fat. So the best way to destroy or break down a virus is to injure its structural properties. Now, with the outside layer being its protective layer, then how do you break down fats? Think of it just like you do grease in a pan. You can either heat up the grease, butter, anyway, milk is a good one. You know, that's why you don't heat up milk. All the fat components will break down. It will melt in the pan. But then also soap. Soap will emulsify it. So there's not antiviral soaps. There are antibacterial soaps. But that's why it doesn't really matter what you're washing your hands with right now. Any type of soap with friction rubbing will heat up the lipid layer, break it down, and then the soap emulsifies it, ultimately destroying the outside structure and making the inside protein more vulnerable, which it will break down faster. So if you start getting a fever with any type of virus or bacteria, your body may start fevering. That is the body knowing exactly what it needs to do in order to destroy that virus. Now, every virus ultimately has a, let's call, different melting point where it's more vulnerable to destruction. The coronavirus is actually a pretty strong virus. That's why we're seeing higher fevers. But the minute that you start taking fever reducers like Tylenol or ibuprofen, you're essentially shutting down the body's #1 healing mechanism. This also goes for ear infections. Ear infections are 95% viral infections. So the minute that you give your kid or yourself ibuprofen, I understand sometimes it may help with the pain, but if you let that fever go ahead and spike, get as high as it can, encourage maybe a bath, friction massage to pull the fever out, you're going to see a shorter shelf life is how they describe it, a shorter shelf life, and the virus will ultimately destruct a lot quicker, and your healing time will be a lot shorter. So the message from this is trust the body. It knows exactly what to do. Getting adjusted also helps the body's internal computer systems detect viruses and make those innate decisions on when to fever, how to fever, and self-regulate and self-heal. A lot of times you'll hear Dr. Kirsten and I say that after an adjustment, if you're sick, that you may spike a fever. That is amazing. That's your body doing exactly what it knows what to do to kill those pathogens. So just trust the body, keep putting good things in the body so that you put good stuff in, you get good stuff out, get some nice vitamin D, stay hydrated, and don't do fever reducers. Just self-monitor as long as it's going up and down, even 1/10 of a degree. It is fluctuating, and do not get freaked out by fevers. And 102 fever is absolutely nothing to freak out about. It's actually a very low grade fever. For me, I would be monitoring. Trust me, my mom's senses would kick on at some point. But anytime Ryan or Theron has had a fever, I just constantly monitor it. I've never really seen a fever go up more than 104 in my household, but I'd be okay with it if it did. I'd just constantly be monitoring, maybe use a lukewarm bath to regulate body temperature just a little bit if I was getting a little nervous. But you can always call us, reach out to us, email us if you're wondering what to do about a fever. But they're great. They're not the sickness, they are the cure. Y'all have an awesome afternoon. Hope to see everybody at the office soon. If you need anything, just reach out to us. Bye.